Back
Thank
to
you.
you, John.
Thank you, Julia. As much appreciated. Okay, I am grateful to be here tonight. And my meditations are usually driven by what I experience from moment to moment and week to week. And uh, so last week I got news that was really incredibly stressful to me. And I'm still living out the effects of that because I'm not certain how things will turn out in the long run. And and it's not life threatening, so there's really it's economically threatening and probably not even that bad in that. But I really uh, have learned a lot. Um, so I've had periods of anxiety and periods of sadness and periods of sheer hope. Um, I've even had periods where I'm like, wow, this change would be great in so many ways, and go in and go, wow, I hope the thing I was so afraid of happening happens. I've actually been down that road, and I'm like, wow, that might be the absolute best thing. And that's my favorite prayer. My wife likes to pray, may the highest good happen, but I always pray, may the best thing happen, because I like to just keep things, lots of one syllable words and stuff. I just do. And and that's what I pray now. But the one thing I feel a lot that's uncomfortable to me is unsettled, uncertainty. I don't like feeling unsettled. And so sitting there and feeling that unsettled feeling and wishing it would go away, and knowing I'm not going to drink, knowing I'm not going to take a pill, knowing I'm not going to eat or act out in any way, right? Just knowing that that unsettled feeling will continue and it'll go away. It always does, but then it'll come back. It'll persist and it'll kind of go in the background. Um, I realize that real wisdom is that the unsettled feeling is correct. And I remember way back when I first decided to buy a house with my wife, and I was living before this. We moved in together and we bought this house, right? I was living in a studio apartment and just thought that was the end all be all of human existence. I just absolutely loved the simplicity of just having a few things, and I had a lot of plants, and it was south facing and Brown's Edition, and a nice walkable neighborhood, simple and inexpensive, and I just felt unencumbered. And now I'm buying a house, and I could almost feel myself like suffocating under the thought of having this commitment. And I'm like, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? And I'm keying into the house, right? And I was practicing then too. And my head goes, okay, this house is it was built in 1909. I go, this house is well over 100. No, it's almost 100 years old at the time. Like, how many people have lived in this house? He goes, there will be a day when I do not live in this house. I will be separated from this house. And I felt better. I felt better. And I still have that understanding today. So now I'm reminding myself of the wisdom of being insecure in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way, and understanding um, that when these changes happen, it doesn't necessarily mean the end of all light and joy and goodness. Like I can tell myself it will, right? So it's been good for me to sit with that unsettled feeling. I don't like it. I don't want to sit with it anymore. And it's been good, and I won't dodge it. I'll sit with it. um, I'd been looking for a while and actually practicing a lot on this. And there's a meditation on impermanence, and I was going to write my own, but I looked at a couple, and this one in particular, this practitioner, probably call him more into practitioner, is very wise. And their name is Sanjay Kadro. I had to ask Julia how to say it. I struggle with the Tibetan names. But they wrote this meditation, and that's a meditation I'm going to lead us through tonight, and it's a meditation on impermanence. There will come a day, all of us sitting here, Soul Center may go 100 years. And if it does, incredible. But none of us will be here 100 years from now. It's just always good to keep that in mind. So I'll start now. The Buddha said that all produced things are impermanent. That is, they change moment by moment. Produced things doesn't refer only to things produced in a factory like cars or shoes, but includes all things that arise from causes and conditions, such as plants, trees, animals, and insects, mountains and oceans, as well as our bodies and minds. All these things do not remain the same from one moment to the next, but are constantly changing. This is not just a philosophical theory, but a fact of life. The actual way things exist. Through not being aware of or accepting this reality of things, we become attached to people and things, wishing them to remain the same and last forever, and then become deeply disappointed when they do not. Making ourselves familiar with their impermanence enables us to be more realistic and frees us from a great deal of unnecessary suffering. And this meditation will help us do that. Sit in a comfortable position. You may lie down if you prefer. Let your body just relax. Spend some time letting your mind settle down in the present moment. Let go of thoughts of the past or the future. Make the decision to keep your mind focused on the meditation topic for the duration of the meditation session. When your mind is calm and settled in the present, take time now to generate a positive motivation for doing the meditation. For example, you can think, may this meditation help bring greater peace and happiness for all beings, or may this meditation be a cause for me to become an enlightened one, so that I can help all beings become free of suffering and become enlightened as well. Begin the meditation by observing your breathing and slowly become aware of the impermanence of your breathing. Each breath is different from the one that came before it and is different from the one that comes after it. You are breathing in different air with each breath, and your body is changing with each breath. There are different sensations around the nose and inside the nostrils. Your lungs expand and contract. Your abdomen rises and falls. So in each moment, with each breath, there is change, flux, and flow. Now think about other changes that are taking place in your body in each moment. Think of how your body is made of many different parts: arms, legs, head, skin, blood, bones, nerves, and muscles. And how these parts themselves are made of yet smaller parts, such as cells. Be aware of the movement that is going on each moment. The beating of your heart, the flow of your blood, and the energy of your nerve impulses. On a more subtle level, cells are being born, moving about, dying, and disintegrating. On an even subtler level, all the parts of your body are made of molecules, atoms, and subatomic particles, and these are in constant motion. Try to really get a feeling for the change that is taking place each moment in your body. Now turn your attention to your mind. It too is composed of many parts: thoughts, perceptions, feelings, memories, images, following one after the other, ceaselessly. Spend a few minutes simply observing the ever-changing flow of experiences in your mind, like someone looking out of a window onto a busy street, watching the cars and pedestrians passing by. Don't cling to anything that you see in your mind. Don't judge or make comments. Just observe and try to get a sense of the impermanent, ever-changing nature of your mind. After reflecting on the impermanence of your inner world, your own body and mind, extend your awareness to the outer world. Think about your immediate surroundings, the cushion, mat, or bed you are sitting on, the floor, walls, windows, and ceiling of the room you are sitting in, the furniture and other objects in the room. Consider that each of these things, although appearing solid and static, is actually a mass of tiny particles whizzing around in space. Stay with that awareness of the impermanent, constantly changing nature of these things. Then let your awareness travel further out, beyond the walls of your room. Think of other people. Their bodies and minds are also constantly changing, not staying the same for even one moment. The same is true of all living beings, such as animals, birds, and insects. Think of all the inanimate objects in the world and in the universe. Houses, buildings, roads, cars, trees, mountains, oceans and rivers, the earth itself, and the sun, moon, and stars. All of these things, being composed of atoms and other minute particles, are constantly changing. Every moment, every millisecond. Nothing stays the same without changing. While you are meditating, if at any point you experience a clear, strong feeling of the ever-changing nature of things, stop the thinking or analyzing process and hold your attention firmly on this feeling. Concentrate on it for as long as possible without thinking of anything else or letting your mind be distracted. When the feeling fades or your attention starts to wander, again return to analyzing the impermanent nature of things. It is unrealistic and self-defeating to cling to things as though they were permanent. Whatever is beautiful and pleasing will change and eventually disappear, so we can't expect it to give us lasting happiness. Also, whatever is unpleasant or disturbing won't last forever. It might even change for the better. So there's no need to be so upset about it or to reject it. Dedicate the positive energy from doing the meditation that all beings will find perfect happiness and freedom from all suffering. Namaste. And again, that was Sanjay Kadro. Okay, dedication of merit. It's going to be very simple tonight. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you live with ease. Namaste.